7 o'clock, February 14th, 2023, it's the Town of Granby Conservation Commission. We'll start the public hearing. 7 o'clock, building and board of health applications. We have one here listed at 151 Taylor Street, sign off. Dave, if you want to go over that.
Yeah.
Site visit.
Yeah, Bill and I went to a site visit this week at 151 Taylor Street, looking for a new garage right behind the house. This was passed around, I don't know if you saw it, but it's clearly many hundreds of feet from the nearest wetland, and Bill was able to verify that. So we're going to, at tonight's meeting, just release that project and move into a building permit.
Do we have a building permit already with this that we can initialize, or just
I think they're asking us as the first step. So I haven't seen a building permit yet. Have you, Bill?
I don't know if I have or have not.
Yeah, I think this is the first step. So we might see a building permit.
Yeah, I'll send a note to the building department tomorrow morning to the effect that we've signed off on the project.
Okay, real good.
Thank you.
Yep. And the second one, Anna is in the room. Anna, would you present your project? Anna is located at 126 Bachelor Street, I think, Anna?
Yes, that's correct. Right on our yard, we have a stream going through the yard. You guys have been here before because we wanted to have a pool, but that's another thing. Right now, what we would like to do is take down some trees because there are some of them, they are dead and falling apart. One really close to the house. Two, they're really close to the power lines. And one in the backyard that is like half of it already fell down, and the other half it's like coming apart as well, and it's looking like it's gonna fall into one of our outbuildings. So I sent a file with some like pictures and marked on our map where the trees are located. We would like to get those done. We are just going to take down the trees. We are going to leave the stumps there. The trunks are not going to leave our yard. We are going to use it. And if we can get those trees that I said taken down, we would like to take another 3. They are very close to the outbuildings in our backyard. It's all marked, and I'm trying to look up the RDAs, NOIs, but I was not sure which ones to use, so that's why I reached out for some help from you guys.
Sure. We've had, this is Dave Desolate talking. Bill Shaheen and I had a chance to review your project, Anna. Am I saying your name correctly? Is it Anna or Anna?
It's Anna, yes, but that's all right.
Yeah, I've been mispronouncing it all day. But what we would like to do, where, at the bottom of that hill there's a bit of a wetlands, but where the trees are that you've identified are outside or pretty close to a 100-foot buffer, which is the Conservation Commission's primary role in reviewing projects is anything within the 100-foot buffer. And you're only looking at like a half a dozen trees, and you're pretty close to this buffer. Maybe some of the trees are outside the buffer, some of them are inside the buffer. Instead of filing an application, what we're recommending that if you'll be willing for us to come out for a site visit,
yes, definitely,
maybe this coming Saturday, and just take a look at it.
Yes.
And if we could do that, then I think we would just release the project, and you could hire whoever you're going to hire to take the trees down safely, of course. But
yes, of course.
we you be open to that suggestion or recommendation?
Yes, anytime you guys have time, I'm here for you guys to see that and get that
Okay.
done.
Well, we might be able to do it this weekend on Saturday morning, if that would be an option that you would be working for you.
Anytime
Okay.
I'm open.
Okay. All right, well, that's primarily what we wanted to pass by you, and
Mhm.
if you're okay with that, we'll set up the schedule probably Saturday morning, 9 or
Yes.
9:30, whatever, and we'll come out and look at it, okay?
Yes,
And
that
any of
sounds
the
great.
commissioners that would be willing to come. All right, great.
Great.
Thank you very much, Anna.
Thank you
Dave,
so
one,
much.
Oh,
one
Bill,
more
do you
thing,
have
Dave.
anything to add?
Yeah,
Bill,
Dave,
do you
one
have
more
anything
thing.
to add?
Yeah,
Yeah.
$75 site visit fee applies.
Yes, there'd be a $75 site visit fee on that.
Yes. Would you please respond to that email and tell me how you want that?
Yes, I can
If
do
you
that.
guys want it dropped off before Saturday, I can do anything that's needed.
I can do that for you, Anna.
Okay. Thank
Anna,
you so.
thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. And then is there,
Dave's here for something, I think we'll take you afterwards, Dave. So we have Sarah and Dan. What's your address on North Street? 51 Porter. Porter, there you go. On the wrong side. 51 Porter. Go ahead, come on up. Yeah, they want, if you guys are familiar with this, I'm just, for disclosure, I know Sarah and Dan's, like Sarah's parents, so I'm friendly with their parents, so I don't, at this point, I'm not gonna recuse myself, because it's nothing formal, but for discussion purposes,
mm-hmm.
I'm just disclosing. I don't know if you want to present this, Kevin, if you want to take a look at it.
So, my name's Dan. What we're looking to do is build a garage. Oh, at 51 Porter Street.
Mm-hmm.
We already know we're in the buffer zone. We already know that.
If you guys are familiar, this is the property was, we just had an issue with Julian Pools on Porter Street. We had an enforcement order. This lot is located to the south of that. I think it was a Ford, was the builder. Bill, do you remember that project?
Yeah, 51 Porter, where's that again, Dave? Ed?
It's on Porter. I'm just looking at it now.
Oh,
It's-
okay, that's the one. Okay, yeah, 53 Porter had an enforcement order with the swimming pool. This is the
Yes.
one to the south.
Right
Okay,
next
I know
door.
exactly where that is. Yes, yes.
Can you see the map now, Bill?
Yes, I know the property. So the question is, where is the garage going with respect to the house?
Behind it. I'll let you guys.
Yeah.
So I've got a plot plan here.
Way in the back. Bill, it's going in the, if you're looking at the and I don't think you can see my cursor, right? Can you see the cursor?
Well, yes.
It's in the south, I guess, southwest corner of the property.
Yes.
In the back corner, up, it's almost up against the setback line, so it's 20 feet from the rear yard and 15 feet from the side yard. It's a 26 by 36 garage building.
That's fairly close to the wetland there.
Well, yeah.
I think we ought to, why don't we do this? Let's do a site visit Saturday because we'll be up in that neck of the woods anyway.
That's true. We got to drive right by you guys.
Pretty much.
So these are,
So this was so we did hire somebody to come out and give us a wetland delineation line.
oh,
Okay. And then what we,
that's this line here.
you know, this is a,
And I have other documentation that I can leave if you would like.
Were they flagged?
yes.
Oh,
I suggest if we can have the homeowner stake out the four corners of the garage and we can make an on the ground wetland determination. If it's a
Yes.
simple one, if it's a complicated one, they may have to hire an outside consultant, but maybe we can do this one ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we
Well,
make that,
The wetlands,
We hired.
they hired and they're flagged.
oh, they already hired somebody, okay.
Yeah, and on this, I've scaled off 25 feet off the line.
Right.
To make sure we weren't within the 25.
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah, that's a no work zone.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if
You
the
are within
garage
the-
were right, if the garage were immediately alongside the house, it'd be a no-brainer, but now that they're putting the garage in their rear yard, we have to be somewhat cautious.
Yeah.
So I recommend we do a site visit Saturday morning.
All right, would you be open to that?
Absolutely.
And that's a $75 fee, you heard.
Just let us know.
Made out to the town of Granby, but
Okay.
that's all it is. It's not.
Okay, folks, thank you.
Anything else?
No, take everything.
Do you need a copy of it? No.
Not right now, no. What we'll do is, if I could have an email or a phone number so I could set something up.
Oh, it is on there.
Oh, it is on your,
Emails are.
perfect. Well, let me do that. I'll contact you and we'll set something up for Saturday morning. Would that be okay?
I'll also write a message to your too.
Perfect, perfect. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Okay, it's only 7:11.
Dave's here for,
Oh,
Dave was supposed to be on tonight's meeting for the townwide wetland permit.
Dave
for,
DeRocher.
DPW, but it didn't get put on the agenda, so Dave is just here just to formally talk to us about that permit process and hopefully get it signed off next week, next meeting.
March 14.
Want to come up, Dave, and just go over?
Yeah, I filled out the NOI already. Basically, I was hoping to just keep it the same as we had in place for the last however many years.
Did you pass it off to Kathy Leonard already or the NOI?
Applications with
Yeah.
Kathy?
I filed the EDEP.
Permit?
Oh, DEP.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
I was in touch with Bill.
Dave, ask Dave DeRocher if he has a file number and whether or not it's been advertised in the paper.
Did you get it?
I don't know if Kathy advertised it. I thought she was gonna do that when she put us on the agenda here.
Well, I didn't get on the
I
agenda,
will-
so maybe
I
you were
think-
planning on getting on the March meeting and not the February meeting?
No, she did say she was on, with her situation getting,
Do you have the paper copy? Do you have the printed paper copy?
yes.
There you go.
Oh, all right.
That's.
And I guess there's no file number that's been released then.
Yeah, the WE 1650360.
Is that the same?
Oh,
one
wait.
all the time?
Oh, you do? Oh, you got 0360. Okay, good, Dave. Very good. 360, good, thank you. They'll make life easy.
0630, Bill.
Yeah, okay. 0360, you mean?
0360, yes.
Oh, it is
Yeah,
0360.
Good. So I can go on EDEP and do the necessary paperwork when we finish up. That's great. Thanks, Dave.
Right, yeah, so we should be ahead of the game on this one.
So what do I need to do? Just tell Kathy to make sure she puts it in the paper
Yeah,
For the
advertise.
for the next meeting.
For public meeting, yes. Open public meeting for the next.
I noticed that Mark Stinson had a comment there about that we haven't approached him with any culverts. And the reason we haven't is because we haven't done any really. The only culvert that I know that is in process right now is the one that Eversource is supposed to do on Baxter Street.
Right, that's a work in progress.
I would have loved to see them do Easton Street, but they,
Hasn't that been before the Easton Street? That came before you. We had that here.
we were looking at it. We never finalized it and I never had funding for it, never got final approval on it. And then COVID hit and then we've been tied up with trees for,
That's a freshwater fishery.
yes.
Because
But it's low priority for them. That's why I wanted Eversource to do that one. The culvert that Eversource is gonna replace is a fairly new culvert. It's not in bad
Oh.
shape. It doesn't have anything that I would have concern over. It'll last another 30 years. The one on Easton Street is small, it's constantly eroding, it
Plugging
needs to
up.
be replaced. However, they said, as far as the fish habitat, the Baxter Street was more important to them. And they were
They
steered
look at
by,
fish, yeah, they look at fish.
the DEP wanted Baxter Street, wanted that. To me, Easton
I
Street.
think
is more
that Bachelor Street was a red herring. I think it was just a much easier project for them to undertake.
Might have been,
Yeah,
but
because
in the case,
that Easton Street would have been a very costly project. So we should have actually kept the rubber on the road and required them to do Easton Street, but we'll learn for next time.
Well, that's DEP's doing.
Yeah, but DEP sounds like they
I think it was DEP and.
pushing him to do Bachelor Brook
Yeah,
versus
We have no
the
say,
creek.
well, we probably have some say.
yeah, I mean,
Well, they could have done both.
we were pretty much tied up over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Labor-wise, after COVID, then we got into the tree problems with gypsy moth. Now it's
Oh.
emerald ash borer that we're seeing, dead ash trees everywhere, and pine blight. So, I mean, we've done probably close to 1,300 trees already in the last 3 years. So that's just eaten up all of our time to do these kind of projects. Over the next year or two, though, I intend on focusing on stormwater and our storm drainage system more than the culverts. We have, last year we rebuilt, I think, about a dozen catch basins. We had 2 sinkholes that we fixed. We have a lot of storm drainage pipe that's getting really old and a lot of catch basins that need to be replaced, but we just haven't had time to do it. And it's just cost prohibitive and not only that, trying to get a contractor in is
Access to
challenge these days.
labor is hard.
But my intent is, as soon as we can get caught up on these trees, is we're gonna refocus on the storm drain system more than the culverts. Easton Street would be my highest priority,
As culverts go.
but,
You can call me for one that used to street tomorrow. That's, some work on that or something like that, so.
okay. Yeah, I right now, I just don't have the time, manpower wise, or the money probably to do it. But we do have some funds for storm drainage system that Chris put in an article. And it's been sitting there because we've been spending all of the article on trees. And that's been just eating our labor up, but.
So did they just put 2 houses down there next to that culvert? There's 2 houses that were built there.
On Easton Street, it's further down. They're further down.
Well, they are.
They're closer to Amherst Street, yeah.
Then it comes through Amherst and
The-
by the power lines.
Yeah, it's closer to the power lines than it is to the culvert, I think, on Easton Street. But I mean, that was just to answer Mark Stinson's question. Yeah, that's all wetlands there, but the culvert, I think, is,
It's in here somewhere, isn't
nope,
it?
there's another culvert further back to the right.
Oh,
It's right
oh,
there,
here.
36, right there.
Yeah. You're talking about the houses up here, Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill and I were called because I think the homeowner here was seeing mud flow down the road. He called us
Yeah.
instead of,
Yes.
so,
Yeah, but I'd like to keep the order of conditions pretty much the same and leave the culverts in there. But obviously, if we did decide to do a culvert, we would
Come in.
come in and talk about a specific
You did it on Pleasant Street.
details on that, yeah.
Yeah, Dave, we'll figure it out. We'll take care of you. We'll get this done.
But yeah, we've got a ton of work to do on the storm drainage system, though. We've got a lot of catch basins that are falling apart. Catch basins that need to be, the sumps need to be deeper. I've got some very shallow sumps.
yeah.
And now the new regulations, I'm supposed to keep them under 50% full, and it's pretty hard when you got only a foot sump. So you get 6 inches of mud in it, and then
Yeah, you're done.
You're triggering and re-cleaning. So I I've been putting that in our storm phase 2 report, the annual reports that we're going to try to get to it. And my intent is over the next year or two, hopefully, we can start tackling some of these. We did one catch basin on Green Meadow replacement last year. There's plenty more to do though. And rebuilding the tops. And we had a lot on West Street, East Street as well. There was several that we rebuilt.
Okay.
And had to readjust structures.
Most of those probably direct discharge into some wetland, I'm guessing. There's not much of a piping system.
All of the systems pretty much direct discharge in, yeah.
So if you put a deep sump in them,
It's catching more sediment.
you've already done quite a bit to help the
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, well, that's what we want to do. There's like a number of them on Amber Street that are just very shallow, made out of cinder block or whatever. They're all just collapsing, falling apart. And I want to start replacing those, and we have.
Most of them are dry well type situations, aren't they? Or do they connect and go to?
Some do, they're open bottoms, and they do drain a little bit, but
Once they bulk up.
Oh yeah, you got to clean them constantly.
we do clean them. But I'd like to see a little bit more
Modern.
conventional structure in there with
Precast.
Well,
precast.
precast would be ideal.
We haven't done anything but precast
Lately.
structures in the past. It's just cost. Even the readjusting the structures now, we don't use brick anymore. We use the precast concrete risers. It's so much faster.
It's quicker and stronger.
So much stronger too. But that's the intent, long range of our work. But I'd like to just keep the generic order the same as the last one and work with you guys as much as possible. I know I think I already gave Bill a copy of our intentions on Taylor Street. We're going to plan on repaving from Truby to Carver this year.
Oh. Okay.
That's going to be a full reclaim and repave, taking out any little whoop-de-doos or whatever, but nothing major. I think he's got a copy of the PDFs. Grade changes are minimal, just basically smoothing the transitions out or whatever. Pretty much.
Dave, thanks for the detailed highlight. Hey, one thing that Ed, you had mentioned this, and I used this on the DOT project. When we enter in the book and page on the order of conditions, if we put down the phrase NA highway layout, that suffices. So that will be that's the way we do the townwide notification on the book and page. So it works out well. You just reference the highway layout. Works good.
Yeah, they should have it on their plans when they issue.
Yeah, that worked on the DOT. You'll see it on the DOT that we're signing off on tonight. Dave, thanks for coming in. And
Okay.
yeah, the most important thing, get this thing advertised, and then we can get this thing going. Okay. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Whoever's in charge will make sure they advertise.
I'll talk to Kathy. Yeah,
Is she back yet?
Not yet,
not yet, but hopefully.
but she's
working
connecting.
from
She's
home.
working from home, so
Okay, nice.
like she's setting me up okay here. So
Well, yeah, if
Okay,
you could
so
set it up, that'd be great.
The only other thing I don't have is, my plotter's not working at the moment. I gotta get some new print heads. I do have a digital copy of,
Give it to Kathy and she'll, is it under, what's the size?
it's 24 by 36. It's the townwide,
There you go.
townwide quad sheet.
oh
Oh, the USGS.
yes, you could. Well,
Those are
I don't know the
pretty
size
files.
of the
That's a
file.
pretty good size
You
file.
can't send. You can't
can
email it.
download it. Yeah, if you can.
You want to download it?
Well,
Is that-
what the Kathy needs, it,
Kathy, it
right?
has to go through Kathy.
It has to go through
Download.
Kathy, and that's probably too big of a. It's bigger than
Well, he
15.
has it on flash drive.
We'll put it on Dropbox, Dave.
Yeah, give the Kathy the flash drive or somebody over,
She can Dropbox it.
whoever it has.
I do have paper.
You want me to put it in the
in my
Dropbox?
Office, but I'm trying to print them up into a
Well,
size
it's-
that everybody can.
It's actually easier if it's digital.
This is digital.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
So
I'll get it to her somehow. I'll talk to her, see how she wants it.
There's a young lady there that'll receive it, and maybe somebody can do something with it. Because Kathy's not coming into the office.
No.
Yeah,
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Yeah, I can definitely give it to Dale and she can
Yeah,
have
let
it
her,
on her computer.
yes, Dale.
now, if it's small enough and file size, she can email it out. Perfect. Thanks.
All right.
Thank you, Dave.
No problem.
Next one.
No,
Okay, next, Dave.
we didn't.
Who's it?
Oh, all right.
Do you want the check or do you want me to drop it off?
We'll take it out.
I can take it now.
I just want to make, I either want to either give it to you or drop it off, whatever is easiest, so.
Well,
I'll stay here, whoever's picking the stuff up.
Well, I'll make sure the check goes to the office. So, would you want to drop it off?
If you would prefer I drop it off, I
Do
can.
you know where
drop
it
off.
is?
Is
It's in the Council on Aging building on the second
Or-
floor.
it where the tax get dropped off?
For the what?
Oh,
Oh, no. Let me do it. I know where it is. So.
thank you.
And we'll try to set something up for this weekend, Saturday morning.
Okay. Yep.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect. All right. Thank you. Thank you. We just picked up the site visit for the 51 Porter Street garage bill.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thanks, Dave.
It's now 7:26. And I think we had a very productive building and Board of Health application session.
Good. 26 minutes. We've got 4 minutes to spare till our next hearing set, Dave.
Let's go early, then we'll bypass commentary. Let's post the next meeting for March 14th, 2023.
Yep,
At 7
7
p.m.
p.m. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. All in favor, aye.
Aye,
Bye.
you approve.
Minutes, approve the minutes for January 10th, 2023.
Does anybody have
I
any
took a look at
comments?
it. The only thing is I recused myself on, which one was that? Costa's. Tops.
Let's see, I
I
have,
don't know if I put it in there.
did I not do it correctly?
I was looking on my phone, it's hard to read. I just didn't see anything on it. I know I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
Which one was that again, Bill, Ed?
Pleasant Street?
81 Pleasant Street,
Oh, that's Toth.
Toth? Did I not?
You got it right. It's just I recused myself on that. I don't know if it needs to be in there or if we didn't vote on that. Did we?
Yeah, we did. I have you down as seconding the motion. Can you not accept?
I don't recall, I thought I would have recused myself completely on that because I
Well,
worked on the project.
you had recused yourself, I think, that was a question I had. You had recused yourself on the previous meeting, but you didn't mention it on this meeting. You wouldn't have voted on it. Well,
Unless it was out of necessity. Is there a necessity there?
Yeah, that would actually apply. Rule of necessity would apply if we didn't have a quorum.
1, 2. Oh. No, Kevin was there. You could have recused yourself. I can modify this before I change it. I
I
have
just want to
to,
make it clear that I
okay.
worked on the existing conditions.
Yeah, why don't you just have Ed recused and then we'll just let it go.
Let me just write that down here. And I will modify it. I probably just wrote the note incorrectly, but I do remember that question. That's the only comment you had?
That's the only one.
Kevin, did you have any comments? Okay. Bill, did you have any comments?
No, the minutes were fine, Dave. Thank you.
Okay. I make a motion to approve the minutes as noted by Ed today.
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. Now it's 7:29, but we can say it's 7:30.
All right. 7:30, continuation of notice of intent 1650352, filed by Christopher Aldrich for proposed demolition of a barn which is located on the bank of Bachelor Brook. Prior to demolition, sediment and erosion control will be installed. All debris will be removed from the site, with the exception of the stone foundation, which will be brought down to grade and left on site. With regards to property located at 49 Albert Street, known as map 1-C-8 Town Green. Is anybody here for that meeting?
Not in the, or wait,
Is Mr. Costa present?
we have an Al in the room. I don't know if that person,
AL?
AL, I don't, I mean, he's got a presence, but the microphone is shut off.
Okay, so Mr. Costa nor Christopher Aldridge are in the room?
I don't know if AL's for Aldrich.
Yeah, true. Nobody's speaking up, Bill.
Oh,
Hello?
here we go.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes,
I'm
go
just
ahead,
spectating.
AL. Go ahead, AL.
I'm just spectating.
You
Oh,
are-
you're
okay.
spectating.
All
Okay.
right, thank you for telling us.
Yeah, I recommend then that we continue the Aldridge, Chris Aldridge project till March.
Second,
Okay.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Okay,
Can we
continue.
reach out to Mr. Aldrich and find out what's
I
going
think,
on?
I think, Bill, you sent something to Mr. Costa today, right? Did you
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
hear
I sent
back?
Yeah, I sent an email to Engineer Costa. I haven't yet to hear back from George.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Item number 2, signatures, conservation restriction on Munson Ridge. We have a notice of intent 165-0356, Department of Transportation. Notice of intent 165-0358, RDA for 123 Morgan Street, Westover Air Reserve Base, and 533 Amherst Road. Do we have anything here?
I think everything's right there.
On the conservation restriction bill, doesn't have to be notarized?
The
The final
conservation
document
restriction,
does.
yes, it's got to be signed and notarized.
Well, you can't sign it without a notary.
That's the
That's
problem.
correct.
Can we,
But is that the document here?
that's this one right here.
Yeah, it says CR Munson Ridge. So did
I don't
they
think-
present us with a signature page with our
Yeah.
names on, oh, okay, so they want us to physically
No,
sign?
they
it.
did, Bill, it's a blank signature page. Absolutely
Oh.
blank.
Oh, baloney. I'm not signing a blank signature page. That's baloney.
It has to be notarized, that's the problem.
Yeah, but our
Yeah,
names are.
and again, you don't know if you're signing away your life savings, for crying out loud. That's absurd.
Right, it should be in a document package.
It needs to be part of the
Yeah,
document.
yeah, that's
Can
unacceptable.
we go to the Kathy Regan's, the clerk's office individually and sign this in front of her? The problem is, like Jill says, we need the full documentation with this package. So these 3 pages will be inserted into some document,
That's right.
which is fine, but I think the document has to be presented to us as one document.
That's correct.
So can they print this out as a whole document? We'll go to Kathy's office and sign the documents.
Yes, I believe they can do that. Yeah, we could go individually. Well, again, if you need a notary, then we're all gonna have to be there at the same time.
That's what I'm asking, can we do it individually?
Yeah, that's gonna be,
I think
Ed,
that's
do you
gonna
know
be
for
near
certain-
impossible.
actually, we're jumping to conclusions. Where is the statement that it requires a notary public?
What's the question?
Where's the statement that says it needs to be notarized?
Very bottom.
Oh, the document itself, Bill.
Yes. the
Okay.
type-
Oh,
it's on the
Wait,
bottom.
somebody had said it, and I think maybe you had said it, but clearly it is a blank document. I mean, it's from the Munson Ridge package or document, but our names are not there. There's nothing typed. Everything's blank. So I guess, and they don't want one name on 3 different sheets of paper. They want one sheet of paper with all of our names.
Correct.
Right.
So maybe we have to get permission from Kathy Regan if she would do it, but if we gave this to her, and then individually we would go to her office and sign in front of her so she could notarize, well, she need to notarize 3 times then, I guess, or?
Is Kathy a notary public now?
She must
Kathy
be.
Regan? I think she is because she's the
Oh,
one
no,
that,
Kathy Regan is. Kathy Leonard is not. Kathy Regan
Oh.
is. Yeah.
we're talking about Regan. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because also notary is not notarizing the document, notarizing the signature. So
Right, that's right.
that's part of an identification.
All the notarization does is it proves the person signing it is truly who they are.
Correct.
So
So,
there's,
my tongue-in-cheek comment is, you got to bring your real ID to prove who you are.
okay, well, beyond tongue and cheek, Bill, we've got a logistical challenge here.
All right, why don't we do this? Why
There's
don't we
4
do
of
this?
us. All right.
Let me, Dave, do you want to call Kathy Leonard or send Kathy an email tomorrow? And we got to figure out how to get this done. It's going to be a real pain in the neck.
Well, I think what we can do is still organize it, just like we do with a site visit, only it'll have to be a little bit more important. We'll all have to go at the same time where we can do it and just be there with her in the office so we can sign it in front of her. She can stamp it once and we're done.
That's right, right.
You know?
The other thing is either she comes to the meeting the next meeting.
That would be
The only issue would be Bill.
Well, Bill, we still need your signature.
You don't need a signature. Do we need a signature?
Well, we need-
That's going to be a logistical nightmare, but listen, let's not waste time on this. We'll figure out how to get it done.
Okay.
I'll hold.
All right, let's go to the sign off on the DOT project, 0356.
So they different recognition. We know,
What's that?
we know what's going on.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, on to the next one.
The DOT 0356.
Yeah, Dave, please sign off on my behalf if you would on this one.
Yep. We can just sign these, I think.
Can I just go through what hazard here? I have the WPA for determination of applicability here for Westwood Air Reserve Base,
Yeah.
Beaver Dams.
I think each of the other ones are just plain signatures that we can sign, and Bill gave you permission to sign his name.
Yep.
So, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 documents here besides the Munson Ridge. There's 2 here or 1?
Just the same document. There's 2, one for the client, one for the applicant, and one for the town.
Gotcha. We're just signing the documents now, Bill.
Okay, very good. Very good, thank you. Just as an aside, I inserted the special conditions inside of the document and not as an external attachment.
That's highway DOT.
All right. What was that, Bill?
No, I inserted the special conditions inside of the document proper rather than a discrete external attachment.
Oh, all right.
And I did that because of practicality. It's really not the way it's supposed to be done, but if you don't do it that way, things really tend to get lost. So, that's the way we did it. So that's 356. Now, 358, what, jog my memory on that, folks.
I'm trying to find that one now.
358.
Yeah, I wrote it up about 2-3 weeks ago. My memory's gone.
Is that 358? That's 3.
356.
I can't find 358, Bill. What is 358?
It wasn't 533 Amherst Road, was it? I think that was an RDA.
Notice of 358 you're looking for?
I'll tell you what,
359.
let me go on. I'm going to go on EDEP myself here. I'll find it. Stand by.
358 is 81 Pleasant Street. It's Gary Toth.
Oh, okay.
You did that one already, Bill.
Yeah, okay. All set then. Thank you.
It's not in here?
It's Toth. That is Toth. So Ed's not going to sign that one.
It's not in this package, though.
We did Morgan Street already. I've only signed 2 so
Morgan
far.
Street is the yeah. We signed the Mass DOT project 356. The RDA signed. 358 is Pleasant.
Oh, but we did, that's not in here.
It's not in there now. Unless it's in here somewhere, I can look. I don't know where 533 Amherst Road is.
Also,
That's the septic tank.
358 was not printed out.
That's what it doesn't appear to be in this packet, Bill.
Oh, okay.
I'll save. This is the whole document, right?
Here's 358 right here.
I'm guessing we don't have our HP LaserJet printer hooked up.
No. Do not have,
356.
it's not in here.
This is the RDA. Yeah,
It's not in the
we actually,
binder. This is it.
the only signature they gave us, Bill, is the Munsing Ridge, and then they gave us the RDA, DOA, and then the 356, which is the DOT one.
Okay, so the Morgan Street, the Westover Beaver Deceiver, is that permit there?
It is.
Okay,
Well,
yeah, yeah, sign behalf, sign.
That's the RDA bill.
You would, yep. And then you can sign the 533 Amherst Road, which is a septic repair project.
Well, we would sign it if it was here. It's not here.
Oh, so out of those 4 projects, there's only 1 set of papers?
There's only 2 sets of papers. There's the RDA, which is the Beaver Deceiver, and then there's the DOT, which is 356.
Okay, well, we're gonna do 2 out of 4 then. Okay.
And the conservation restriction is here also.
Okay,
So
so
out
we're
of
actually
the
doing 2 out of 5, 40%.
Correct.
3 out of 5, that's it.
You can only sign 2 on. 2.
And 2 we only signed because Munsing Ridge we have to set up.
Notary.
Yeah.
And I think we want the whole document attached as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I'll,
It should
I
be one
agree, Ed. I agree.
Do they only need one of those, or do we have to have multiple?
It looks like there's three, so one must go to the registry of deeds.
Yep.
One stays with the town, and the other one stays with the developer.
This may have been something because Kathy's not there. That's what-
Yeah, it's just an
that's what-
oversight.
Okay.
I mean, the time we had to put into that report, the baseline report took some time.
Yeah, I may have to talk to Chris Martin about that.
Okay. Well, that's the signatures.
So
Do
we're
you
all
want to
set.
go into the old
Thank
or
you.
other?
Well done.
The next item on the other business here is the request for certificate of compliance for Lot 2 Bachelor Street. That's the.
Oh, we did, Bill and I did that one also. Kathy had success in finding the plan. Did I share this with you already?
Yes, we had talked about that last week.
Okay, and Bill and I was able to, this past Saturday, we went to the property, met with the property owner, and did a good walkabout site visit.
Stable.
Stable at this point, it was done 20 years ago. So I think, Bill, what we said, we're going to sign off on this and send them their certificate of compliance. This is
Yes, please.
82 Bachelor.
Yes, please.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Listen, folks, one thing going forward, I know if they're out of their window, out of their 3-year sign-off window, we're charging these folks $200, essentially $100 penalty. But I'm thinking we should at least have discussion whether or not, if they're greater than 10 years out of compliance, that we up that to $300, because the amount of time involved in digging these things up is disproportionate to the fee that we're collecting. I don't know if you guys agree, but why don't we set this up as an agenda item for discussion in a month or so? Does that make sense to you guys?
Fine.
It does make sense, but I'm going to bring up, this falls into the bylaws of the town though, right? Because when you look at the, when you
It's
look
our-
at the fees on that we have on our website for the Conservation Commission, it's in a bylaw format.
Well, Dave, we've modified those from time to time. We haven't modified them in several years. So I think
Okay.
it's high time we modify those.
All right. At the next meeting, want me to have her put it on?
Yeah, just put it out for discussion. We'll have a discussion. Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
You know, the problem is we don't really have a motivating force to get these folks to get these things signed off in a jiffy. That's the problem.
I agree.
Okay, thank you.
We won't talk about lot 19 on Kendall Street then?
Yeah, look, I'll talk about one sentence. Dave and I have been in communication with Attorney Thompson's office from Palmer. This is turning out to be a rather complicated hornet's nest, but we're going to discuss this in full next meeting. Is that right, Dave?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Again, this is fairly complicated. Again, I'm not going to devote any time to it, but it'll be on the agenda for our March meeting. Very good. Thank you.
Okay, real good.
You want to do the site visits?
The site visits that we've already talked about, the 2 site visits that we completed since the last meeting. And of course, tonight we have a few more site visits that we're going to be scheduling for the next coming. So I don't think we have anything in addition to what we've already talked about. And in the effort to get out of here by 8 o'clock, we still have 10 minutes.
Let's push. Commentary?
I have nothing
Nothing.
to add.
Nothing here, Ed. Thank you.
The minutes for January 10th date will modify and we'll
Yep.
sign off next week. Bills to pay.
Yep. One comment. Emily Stockman's been concerned about one of her Eversource bills. There's still a bill that's out there regarding the Eversource project. Eversource has to, I believe, refund or not. I should say update the funding of her 4453G account, but that is in the works. So I think that's going to move along smoothly.
Okay. I don't have any bills here to pay.
Okay.
Moving on. Financial accounts. Do not see that note in here. No financials.
Okay.
Outreach education plan for the week.
Yeah, two items on my end. One is, and I think Dave, you're participating. The MACC, the MAC virtual conference, is upcoming in a couple of weeks. If folks want to participate, again, it's a
That's right.
good learning tool for commissioners. Dave, have you
Yeah,
signed up?
virtual.
No longer at Holy Cross.
You know, Kevin, you might want to sign up too, Kevin. Be good for you in your line of work as well.
They haven't had it, and I think because of the popularity of the virtual, this is the third year they're doing virtual now since 2020. Well, I don't know about free lunches. You got to take an hour of your day to get out there. This is a little easier.
Dave, I used to love to go because it was at Holy Cross, and the dining room at Holy Cross was terrific. And I would go there simply for the chicken cacciatore.
Oh, all right.
It was
So
terrific.
this year it's virtual again, Bill. So
Oh yes, yeah. There's no free lunch, no pun intended.
right.
News announcements, I guess we call that news announcements.
Yeah, that's what.
Site visits to be scheduled. We have two.
We have two right now. Would
The Bachelor Street and Woodward.
126 Bachelor Street and then 51 Porter Street are the two that were here tonight. Yeah. I mean, they're clearly building within the 100-foot buffer. So, I mean, they're outside the 25-foot buffer, but they're clearly in the 100-foot buffer. So, I guess.
Take a look at it.
Take a look and see what. It's flagged also, Bill. The wetland.
Yeah. You know, one
51.
curious thing, Dave. Even if they do a 4-foot frost wall foundation for that garage, depending upon the time of year, they could be excavating below the water table, which means they may have to dewater that site, just like the swimming pool next door. And if they have to dewater the site, some direction and guidance on their dewatering system is something that we'll probably be advising on.
Okay. Yeah, I think I went with you and we inspected it was after a year. So the pool was in and we looked at where they had dewatered and the wetland was recuperating.
Yes,
and
yes.
Everything was fine.
Yeah.
That was a situation where they didn't ask for permission, they just did it.
Right, yeah, they actually had to hire a consultant to do some remedial work on the enforcement order on that project.
On the enforcement order, right.
Yes.
So at least their neighbors are coming in first, so that's a good thing.
Right, no, they were proactive, good for them.
Yep.
You guys figure it out, just give them a call, either 8, 9, 10.
Yeah. Bill, are you available Saturday morning, this coming?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, you said you can't. Yeah.
Yeah, Kev, if you want to join us, come on down.
Yep, he knows. How about
You know,
Kevin?
I know Ed works Saturday.
Well, I'll email you when the schedule is set up, okay? Well, we start at 9, but then we've got 2, so I'll figure out who's first, who's on first and who's on second. And both of these should be fairly quick. I don't, you know. Okay. Yeah.
My side of it.
Well, it's your side of town. What are you talking about? It's the other side of town for me.
Well, sometimes it seems like we go to Harbor Street and all that. That's the edge of town.
All right.
Correspondence,
Ed, any ZBA hearings or anything?
what's that, Bill?
Any
ZBA
zoning
hearings.
board of appeals hearings?
Just getting to it right now.
Okay, thank you.
I have a forest cutting plan, it looks like, for 8 Morgan Street.
Oh, okay, yep, yeah, that one's been in the works for a while. I know of that one, yes.
Yeah, I think this is just stuff that's been in this folder.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty old one.
Yeah, there's no,
That looked like
this
the
is all old. You gotta go through this.
that looked like the folder actually from Kathy went into the get her knee replacement after the last meeting, and I offered to bring this to her offices, and she said no, that she'll come and have somebody pick them up. But this is the same that box
It appears to be.
that nobody can pick it up, and there was just new stuff on top.
So last we have old business.
The Eversource MEP filing, and that's,
Filing.
I thought we had said to take that off because
We don't know what direction, that's just a notification.
right. Anyway,
Last is the adjournment. Any other comments before we go to the captain picture?
oh, that's a different cat bill.
Well, no, this is Muffy Bradford. This is my upstairs cat. Black and
Oh.
white. Black and white's the downstairs cat. This is the
My
upstairs cat.
They keep separated?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
All right, I'm gonna make a motion for adjournment.
7:57.
Second.
Dave, DD will second. Oh, I gotta write it
There
down.
you go. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Hey, listen, guys, extremely well-run meeting. Extremely well-run meeting. Well done.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
So we'll hook up on Saturday or we'll see you next week.
I'll keep everybody in the loop as only.
Okay.
Because Amanda's not around and you said Patty's not around anymore, right, Bill?
Correct. Yes.
So I'm still sending them emails. Is that appropriate?
I think Patty's moved to Chicopee because I think she closed on her house the other day. Whatever you like, just as a courtesy for the next 6 months would be fine. But I would definitely send him to Amanda.
What's that?
Patty has, I believe, taken up residence in Chicopee at this time.
Well, are they formally off?
You have to resign.
Well, they have to resign.
Amanda is an associate member at this time. Patty is off the commission. She resigned. She formally resigned a month ago.
Oh, Patty did.
Yes,
All right. I didn't know.
but Amanda's still on.
Okay.
Here's your answer.
But I'll take Patty's name off.
Does that change the dynamics of the required for a quorum?
Yeah.
Uh,
It's actually, what it does do, Bill, is you had said that the town has a requirement, I think, of 5 or 7 people.
Yeah, it's
on
either, the town has to have, we either have to have 3, 5, or 7, but I think the original charter had 7, so we have to go to town meeting to get it bumped back to 5. So that's why we need 4 people for a quorum.
So it's be 4 no matter what.
Oh, so even though we don't
Yeah,
have,
so
even
that's
though we
why
don't
it's really
have the
important the 4
bodies,
of
we
us continue
still
to
need-
show up regularly.
Like, like, it's gonna be 4.
See that one over here?
That was a septic, septic.
Board of Health.
Board of Health thing.
Well,
Well. yeah,
Okay, Bill, I think we're all set.
Okay, guys, thank you so much, Dave. I'll see you. I'll be in communications for Saturday with
Yep.
you and,
Yep.
okay, yeah, thank
Definitely.
you. All the best, Kevin.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.